Hi, I'm Bridget Davis, and I'm here to show you how to make carrot zucchini cake. My mom made this for me when I was a little girl, and now I make it for my daughters. It's always best to start with your recipe, read it through, make sure you have all the ingredients. First we need to wash, peel, and cut the carrots. And we're going to put them in the food processor and get them very much shredded before we extract all of the liquid with paper towels. Watch your fingers when you're peeling. So cut the carrots into 4 pieces and then cut them in half if they're really thick, and then place them in the food processor. You'll probably need about 4 or 5 carrots. Make sure the top is on really tight and plug it in after so that no fingers get injured. And then pulse. Make sure the carrots are finely chopped. Unplug the food processor. Take the top off. You're going to need to squeeze the moisture out of the carrots. So use paper towels, double up the paper towels, and get a spatula to take the blade out, put it to the side, and then dump the carrots onto the paper towels. And use your spatula to make sure you get everything out of there. The carrots are ready. Wrap them in the paper towel and squeeze out the moisture. Do it over the sink because it could stain the countertop. So wrap the carrots and squeeze. See if you can get some moisture out. And then the next step is to put them in. You need 1 cup of carrots. So measure a cup of the carrots. Make that taste nice and sweet. Next, we're going to chop the zucchini. You can use the same food processor because the zucchini and carrots will be mixed. That way, less cleanup. Make sure you cut the top and the back of the zucchini up first. You can peel the skin, but I like to keep it on because there's so many nutrients in the skin. So just cut it in small pieces for the food processor. The zucchini has a lot more moisture. So you tend to need 2 to 3 zucchini. We're gonna do 2 today. Always pulse the food processor at the end if there's a few big pieces that get stuck. You can also unplug and push down with the spatula, because sometimes the bigger pieces get stuck on top. One more time. Looks good? Okay, so get all of the zucchini out. And again, it's fine if there's some carrots mixed in. So you may have to do it twice because you can see the liquid's really coming out of that. So 2 zucchini made the perfect amount. Now it's time to make the batter. Before you get started, preheat the oven to 350 degrees. Okay, we're going to work with the mixer now. The first thing we're going to do is crack 2 eggs and place 1 cup of sugar in the mixing bowl and froth it. So crack 1 egg and place it in, and make sure you don't have any shell. So we'll put 1 egg in. Egg number 2. Place that in. Next we need 1 cup of sugar. So measure that out. Place the sugar in with the eggs. Lock the mixer in place. Start out at a low speed so it doesn't go flying everywhere. And then speed it up. We're trying to get it nice and frothy. So we'll do it at a high speed for a little bit. Next we add 2/3 of a cup of oil. Start out slowly and then watch all of the ingredients come together. You also need to oil the pan. So place a little oil, that was a little too much, but place a little oil in the pan and just move it around. Make sure the whole pan gets greased so that when you put the batter in, it doesn't stick. But don't put too much because you don't want the cake to be oily. You just want enough so it doesn't stick. Next, we're going to sift together all of the dry ingredients. So we're going to start with 1 1/4 cup of flour. Put the flour in the sifter first, that's 1 cup. And now we'll do 1/4. Next, we're going to add 1 teaspoon of baking soda. And then 1 teaspoon of baking powder. This helps with the cake, it helps it to rise. And then we need 1/2 of a teaspoon of salt. Finally, we need 1 teaspoon of cinnamon. The cinnamon makes it smell really good. So sometimes when you're sifting, you have to push it to the side to get it through the sifter. It's time to add the sifted dry ingredients to the bowl, which has the egg, sugar, and oil mixture. So get it all in there. Then you have to put the beater on high for 4 minutes. So slowly let everything come together. I'm going to use the spatula too. And then we'll beat it on high for 4 minutes. Make sure you get all the dry ingredients pushed down. Okay, so you're going to use the spatula to try and get all the batter off. Then you're going to add the zucchini. Right now the batter's sticky, but once you add this with all its moisture, it's much easier to stir. I'm going to put the carrots in too, and they're pretty dry. Once you feel you've mixed it up enough, this looks pretty good, you're going to pour it into a greased 9-inch pan. Okay, so pour the batter into your pan. Make sure you scrape the sides. The oven is preheated to 350 degrees. The batter's ready, and we're going to place it in the oven for 35 minutes. I'm going to take it out of the oven. Whoa! Look how much it's risen. It smells so good. And now the best way to test a cake is with a toothpick. So you place the toothpick in the center of the cake. That one went all the way down. And when you take it out, if there's anything attached to it, that means the cake's not done. So I think this cake is ready. We're gonna let the cake cool. After 10 minutes of cooling in the pan, we're going to loosen the sides and see if we can put it on the cooling rack. Take a knife to make sure that it's all loose and nothing's connected. Place the cooling rack over the pan and flip the cake over. Now that the cake's cool, we're going to make the cream cheese frosting. Sift 2 cups of powdered sugar. Make sure it's nice and smooth. We're going to blend the cheese, which is 3 ounces of cream cheese and 3 tablespoons of butter. So now that this is blended, next we're going to add 1 teaspoon of vanilla. We're going to start to add the powdered sugar. We'll start small so it doesn't go everywhere. Here's the last of the powdered sugar. So make sure that all goes down. So the icing is now ready. I'm going to transfer the cake to a plate, and then we're going to ice the cake. And now that the cake is completely cool, you can put the frosting on. Can't wait for you to try it. Cheers! Mm.